So imagine a world where your entire life, your whole future, is decided the moment you're born, all based on the job class you get. We're talking legendary warriors, powerful mages, and, well, farmers. But what if the person everyone wrote off, the guy at the absolute bottom, accidentally gets his hands on a power that could break the entire system? That's really the core question we're getting into today. It's the ultimate underdog story, right? But with a twist that's so wild, it completely changes the game on what it even means to be powerful. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's meet our guy, Shao. He lives in this world where everybody awakens in occupation, kind of like a superpower. And, to put it lightly, he drew the shortest straw you could possibly imagine. And to really get just how unlucky he is, you've got to understand how this world works. It's all built on this occupation ranking system. It is a super rigid pyramid. You've got your basic N ranks at the bottom, and then you go all the way up to the god tier UR ranks. These guys are so rare, people basically see them as the saviors of humanity. And the power gap is just massive. On one end of the spectrum, you have a UR rank necromancer, a legendary combat class. And then, way over on the other end, you have Shao, an N rank farmer. We're talking the absolute bottom of the barrel, completely useless in a fight. Or at least that's what everybody thinks. Because here's the thing. Shao might have a quote-unquote trash job, but he's poured his entire life into it. He is a max-level farmer. And because of that, his vegetables, they're not normal. He's growing tomatoes that give you a mana boost, potatoes that jack up your attack power. He's basically a walking farmer's market of power-ups, turning his big weakness into this really unique, kind of humble strength. So Xiaohu's pretty much happy with his simple life, selling his super veggies. But one day, the world of epic heroes and villains literally falls out of the sky and lands right in front of him, changing everything. He's just walking home, and this seriously injured guy just plummets from the city walls with this terrifying warning. Apparently, the necromancer, one of humanity's greatest protectors, is actually a traitor. But before the guy can spill any more details, a demonic hand just silences him. The traitor himself has arrived. So this necromancer, he's badly hurt, he needs a new body to possess, and he spots Shao, a weak farmer. Perfect. He starts casting this forbidden spell to just take over his body, but Shao is not having it. In this one final desperate move, he grabs a dagger and stabs himself, choosing to die rather than be a puppet. But that's not what happens. The attack completely messes up the spell, and instead of dying, Shao's body just sucks in all of the necromancer's power, the whole thing. And just like that, Shao, the humble N-rank farmer, awakens a second occupation, a UR rank 1. He literally now has the power of life and death, of growth and decay, all rattling around inside of one person. He's become this impossible paradox. So, what do you do with this terrifying new power? If anyone finds out he can summon the undead, he'll be hunted down as a monster. He needs to figure out how to control it, and he needs somewhere to practice. Somewhere, with a lot of land.
And his solution is kind of brilliant, actually. He decides he's going to enroll in the most elite academy in the entire country, this place for top-tier warriors and mages. Not because he wants to be a hero, no. It's because he heard that the best students get their own plots of high-grade land for cultivation. For them, that means training. For Shao, it means, actual farming.
Of course, the second he shows up to register, he gets exactly the reaction you'd expect. People are openly laughing at him, almost throwing him out. A level 1 farmer trying to get into an academy for the best of the best? It's a total joke to them. But oh boy, do they have no idea who they're really talking to. And right then, it clicks for him. This is his new strategy. The fact that everyone thinks he's a joke, that they completely underestimate him, that's his greatest weapon. Who would ever, in a million years, suspect a lowly farmer of holding the forbidden power of a necromancer? His weakness is the perfect camouflage. So, Shao gets his shot at the entrance exams, and this is where the fun really begins. He just starts to systematically blow everyone's minds, all while acting like he's just a simple farmer who's really, really good at his job. So, the first test, go hunt some magical rabbits. Easy enough, right? Well, while all the other elite students are struggling to find even one, Shao just quietly slips away, summons 2 brand new undead soldiers, and tells them to go nuts. When the time is up,
He comes back and dumps a literal mountain of 500 rabbits at the instructor's feet. Everybody is just stunned. Okay, next test. Students have to team up to clear this level 5 dungeon, but Xiaofou, he's got to keep his powers a secret, so he just announces he'll do it alone. Inside, he's not just fighting the monsters. Oh no, he defeats one and immediately raises it as his own undead soldier. He's building an unstoppable army as he just casually strolls through to the boss room.
For his final test, it's a one-on-one fight with an elite instructor. He needs to use his strongest summon, this undead bear, but he has to hide its demonic aura. So what does he do? He uses his farming magic to cover it in a nice friendly green glow and then sticks a giant cabbage on its head. The instructor is completely baffled by this rare nature spirit, but hey, he passes with flying colors. So, after completely shattering every single expectation and proving he is the weirdest, most capable farmer this academy has ever seen, Xiao finally gets what he came for. He gets his reward, a big, private, magically protected piece of land. The academy thinks he's going to grow some really amazing buff vegetables. They have no idea what he's actually planning. At last, safe behind his magic barrier, Shao summons his entire undead army. But not for a war. He puts them to work. His purple soldier starts plowing the fields. His blue soldier is on watering duty. The giant demon bear is leveling the ground, and a flock of undead birds starts planting seeds. He's created the world's first and most terrifyingly efficient undead-powered farm. And as he just sits back, watching these monsters diligently working his fields, Xiao has this one simple thought that just perfectly sums up his whole insane journey. From the absolute weakest to, well, whatever he is now. But you know, his peace can't last. There's already an elite enforcement team looking into the weird energy readings coming from his land. Not to mention, the old necromancer's enemies are out there, hunting for that power. Xiao has his little sanctuary for now, but really, the question is, how long can you hide an army of the dead in a vegetable patch?